Welcome to TCH Live Poker as we get ready for the final table down here in the Rio Grande Valley. 25K guaranteed bankroll builder, the final 9. As we do have a special dealer tonight. The general manager here, Declan, is going to be dealing the final table as we do have a special stream. Normally, we stream on this channel every Friday night. We have a 1-3 Hold'em stream every Friday night on this channel. And we are getting ready here. First hand of the final table. Chip leader in seat 1 with over 2 million. And second place there in seat 9 with over 1 million. So first hand of the stream here, getting things settled in as we have the player in seat 6 going by 9 tonight. Got a limp under the gun +1. That's Robert choosing to go by the name Winner. And Zamora, the chip leader, picking up the ladies. How big is he going to raise it? I would imagine at least to 40, but he makes it 50. And let's see if he gets a call from anybody. You can see, oh, wow. So Winner calling with the suited king. And Jesus will fold the suited ace as he would have flopped an ace. Let's see if Zamora slows down with the ace. He does. It does go check, check. And there comes another ace. And now Zamora's going to put out a 100K bet. And that'll get the job done. So nice raise by Zamora, your chip leader there, as he got the ace to fold and the king to call. And that's going to take his chip stack up to over 2.2 as the blinds are 5,000, 10,000. So coming into the final table with, what is that, 200 bigs? Jesus in seat 9. He's in second place, 1.3. And then we have Sam in seat 3, almost 800,000. Mondo in seat 8, almost at 700,000. And we have Winner, who started off over 600,000, but he did lose that pot. Then we got seat number 6, who's going by 9, in at just under $500,000. And we do have Winner fold. The blinds are 5,000, 10,000 right now. Mondo with the ace will let it go. Zamora will take a break here as it is folded around to Sam with the suited 1-gapper. And he's going to take it up to 30, make that 26. Pocket fours for Coach Mike, and he's going to rip it here with the 10 big blinds. So nice raise here, and let's see if Sam is pot committed. Sam knows that he got caught. Can only smirk. And Coach Mike will take the result. He did come into the table as the short stack. He still is the short stack, but he did gain a little ground on Leo, who's in seat 2. Everybody coming in with at least 10 bigs. And 2 players with over 100 bigs. Seat 5, we have Baby Spider. And he's in with 228 in his stack. I believe, I was going to say every final table that we've streamed down here in the Rio Grande Valley, Baby Spider has been a part of, but that is not true. Our last event, he did not final table that. Mondo under the gun, making it 3x. Leo with the ace-jack. Gonna be calling here. Pretty close spot on whether or not to go all in or to call. Leo choosing just to call. And we have 9 who will also just make the call. So Leo does not want to see an ace. The pocket fives of Mando out in front right now. Of course, Mando being short for Armando. And Leo's going to hit the J. Already 110K in the pot. Oh, 9 with a min bet here of 10,000. The pink chip worth 5,000 each. And when this gets back to Leo, he should probably just say all in. And that's exactly what he does. So Leo playing the ace-jack a little slow pre-flop, but now playing it fast, flopping top pair. I don't see anybody able to call him. I can tell you this for sure. We will not have a knockout within the first 15 minutes as I am here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. So I did see these players start playing, and we're on a 15-minute delay. So once the 15 minutes were up, I came to my back little booth. So I know for the first 15 minutes we do not have a knockout. So once again, seat number 1, chip leader. That's going to be Zamora. Seat number 2, Leo, who just basically doubled up there without being at risk, as the pot was 110 and he chipped it for about 120. Seat 3, we have Sam, who is a fan of Mike Judge. Oh, Ace King for Jesus. He is under the gun. And let's see what he's going to raise it to. Reaching for some of the white chips. Hefty raise here. Raising it 8.5x under the gun. He knows that Zamora in seat number 1 likes to see flops. So he's going to charge Zamora to see the flop. And Zamora does make the call with the ace-3 of hearts. Baby Spider with the ace-10. Nice hand, but not when somebody raises it up 8.5x and gets a call. He will let it go, and we will go heads up to a flop. Nice flop for Jesus to put out a continuation bet, but he's going to check it over to Zamora. And let's see if Zamora decides to take the lead here. He does not. Zamora picking up a straight draw and a flush draw on the turn. And now Jesus puts out the delayed continuation bet to 75K. Zamora going to at least be calling here. Let's see if he raises with his combination draw. There are a lot of chop outs available, but he just makes the call. To the river we go, and we're going to have a chop pot. Both players playing 4s and deuces with an ace kicker as the action is on Jesus. The 2 chip leaders going at it here, and we're going to wind up with a chop pot if nobody bets here, but Jesus is going to bet. He's betting 125, but Zamora's going to look him up. Yeah, Zamora looks him up, and we will chop it up. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the TCH Live, as we do have the final table of the Bankroll Builder going on right now from the Rio Grande Valley. We are streaming on multiple platforms. However, we are live on the YouTube chat. So if one of your friends or family is at this final table, let us know in the chat. I know seat number 8, Armando, the Cuban, I know he has some friends and family watching on YouTube, so you can let us know on the chat. Zamora, I believe, said Steven's watching as well, so starting to build up the number of views here, as we have Leo with the ace-queen suited, and the camera pulling a little double duty there. Leo taking it up to 30. You can see that Zamora called with the 9-8 offsuit under the gun, and he is calling the raise. And the best hand is going to be Jesus, wearing the San Antonio Spurs hat, but he is a San Francisco 49er fan. Leo with the continuation bet here. The min bet to 30, and I don't think that's going to get anybody to fold. It does not. I think Leo just felt obligated, like he needed to put out a continuation bet there. Big turn, as now Leo has a flush draw. Jesus with an open ender, and Jesus is going to bet his open ender. Looks like 125. The white chip's worth 25K each. It is 125 confirmed. Zamora with just 9 high, going to have to let it go. Let's see what Leo does. This is for basically about half his stack. And he's going to make the call here, leaving himself with just 80 behind. A 5 would be kind of gross on the river. That is an out for him as well. Oh, Zamora would have got there. But Leo's going to be left really short here, as he's not going to be able to make the call here with just ace high. Jesus bets 50 on the river, and he will take it down. And that's going to get his stack up to over 1.5. And you can see Leo is left with less than 10 bigs now, and the blinds are getting ready to go up. Not this hand, but next hand. And Leo's going to be the big blind, not this hand, but next hand. Yeah, so we did have a delay before we started here, and they're just reminding the players about their phones. So normally there is a camera for seats 1 and 2. That camera not working right now, so this corner camera doing double duty, picking up the players from seats 1 through 4. So it will adjust throughout the evening. Coach Mike with the ace-queen. Going all in here. I do like to play. The blinds are getting ready to go up, and the blinds are getting closer to him. So jamming with about 15 bigs. And he will show. Coach Mike, a boxing coach / boxing promoter down here in South Texas. Juarez Rolos, the name of his promotion company. And Leo's in trouble here, as Leo is the big blind. Blinds have gone up to 6,000, 1,200, and he has 24 of his 80,000 in the middle right now blind. Once again, we are live on the YouTube chat, as Baby Spider is putting on the min raise here, going from 12,000 to 24, and that's going to get a call from the suited 10-7 of Jesus on the button. He does have a lot of chips to work with here, as he has over 1.5. Zamora calling the extra 12. And this is an interesting flop. I don't know if Baby Spider's going to continue here. He knows that his opponents like to defend, so he's going to check, as that is not his range. So nice check by him. And Jesus checking, giving Baby Spider a free card, and now Baby Spider taking the lead. And Baby Spider going to check again. No. He bet 25. No, he did check again. Jesus is the one who bet 25. Baby Spider with the queen of spades. I don't think he's worried about the spades. Probably going to be putting on a raise here, perhaps. There's the raise. Trying to get max value from his top pair here. Jesus going to be making the call, looking for a 7. And Baby Spider's probably going to be going all in here. Has 129 left in his stack. You can see the pot is over 246. And here comes the all in. And let's see if Jesus makes the call here. Less likely that Baby Spider has a king, since the king did pair on the board. So Jesus might make the call here. He announces fold. So nice fold. Cutting his losses. I'm sure he's going to look back at the stream here and think to himself, why didn't I bet the flop? But of course, everybody's an expert when they see the cards. So Leo on fumes now, as he has less than 5 big blinds, and he is putting out a half a blind right now, putting out 6,000. They're letting Mondo know about the phone. Yeah, Baby Spider said, hey, you want to get on the phone? You got to leave the room. Baby Spider has played on the stream multiple times, either cash game or tournament. The next time we will be streaming here in the Rio Grande Valley will be our Wednesday cash game, and it's going to be streamed on the secondary channel. The main channel, TCH Live, there will be a cash game from Austin, and then the secondary channel, which is called Texas Card House, 3 different words. I know it sounds like it's the same channel, but trust me, it's a different channel. Mondo with the queen 10 offsuit and the hijack. We'll let it go. Jesus does the same. Zamora on the button with 2 face cards. He's going to be playing, might be raising. It's 12,000 to go, and he's going to be raising here. Leo going to let his hand go, and like I said, Leo is left with 5 big blinds. Sam is going to defend with the suited 1 gapper. And we will go heads up to a pot of 86,000, and Sam flopping a straight draw with the 8-6, 86,000 in the pot. There is an ace on the board, so he does check to the aggressor. And looks like Zamora going to put out a 60K bet here. Sam does have some backdoor flush possibilities to go along with his gut shot. He's just worried on whether or not, if he calls this bet, if he has to call another bet on the turn. And he's going to let it go. So Zamora going to be adding to his stack. So you can see Zamora, seat number 1 in chips right now. 2.1 million. Jesus in seat number 9, 1.5. And you see on the other end of the spectrum, we got Leo in at 50K, less than 5 bigs. Leo is going to have to be going all in here within the next, see, he's the button right now, so within the next 7 hands. In general, when you get less than 10 big blinds, that's when you pretty much cannot be picky anymore. Beggars can't be choosers, and you just kind of have to choose a hand and go with it. Oh, Jesus with the 9s should be raising it here, and he is reaching for some of those white chips. Pretty big raise. Those white chips are worth 25K a piece, and he raises it up to 75. Thought he might go about 3 or 4x, maybe about 40K, but he chooses to go 75K, and obviously it's been working for him as he picks up a call from Zamora. Zamora loves to see flops. He is not afraid to call big bets pre-flop. Might not be the best GTO play, but Zamora has definitely been on a heater today, as he's going to flop a flush draw, 2 overcards to Jesus's 9s, as this pot is already almost 200,000. Zamora's going to check his flush draw, and let's see what happens on the turn here. Action is on Jesus. He's going to check with the 2 overcards. Zamora should be putting out a bet now with his flush draw. Probably about 80K. He is cutting out chips. And it's going to be 150. So chunky bet here. Jesus not going to be able to call with the 9s here. 2 overcards to his 9s. I don't think he's going to be able to call no. He's going to let it go. So Zamora taking it down. I don't know what the number is, but Zamora firing the most bullets in this tournament. This tournament was $125 to enter and a 25K prize pool guaranteed. And let me see if I have the breakdown here. If not, I can pull it up on Poker Atlas. I do not have the breakdown, so I'll pull it up here on Poker Atlas. So Leo in trouble, going to have to pick a hand. So got a lot of fighters on the field, as you have the boxing coach you talked about earlier, and Leo dabbled in some MMA in his earlier years. Not sure if you could just tell by his ears. Never mess with a guy who has cauliflower ears. And now Leo goes from mixed martial arts to music. Leo, one of the proprietors of the local School of Rock down here in the Rio Grande Valley. Ace-high flop. Gut shot for Baby Spider. He is going to check. And Zamora is in the hand. So I think Baby Spider might take a stab here, as he is out of the blind. So this board does favor him. And yes, indeed, he is taking a stab. And this should get the job done. And as I said, you can see that this camera doing a little double duty. And yes, Chandler Bing, I said duty. Oh, Zamora not letting it go. And Baby Spider going to have to fire another shell to get the job done here. The board is paired. It is a little bit harder to bluff on paired boards. And Baby Spider knows that Zamora does like to call. So Baby Spider's just going to shut it down. So a different board texture, a different player, Baby Spider would have fired another shell. But he knew his opponent, and he knew that a bluff would have been hard to get through. All right, here we go. Got some action in the chat. Got JD. Good luck and great game. Every time I see JD, I think of the TV series Scrubs. If you've never watched that series, boys and girls, good series. It was Zach Braff. JD, I believe, stood for John Dorian. Everybody's always looking for something to watch, and it's crazy with all the streaming services out there, but I do not know what streaming service it's on. It's probably on Hulu, because it was an NBC show, but it was produced by ABC. Anyways, Scrubs. If you're looking for something to watch, it is a comedy drama that takes place in a hospital. Follows the residents. All right, Baby Spider ripping it here. Everybody just limping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Baby Spider might get trapped here. So Coach Mike just limping on the button with the ace-jack. And Baby Spider doesn't think anybody's that strong. Oh, so Leo's all in, so this might get a fold from Coach Mike here, as now he has to beat two opponents. So a little surprised that Leo just limped with the King 9. No, he makes the call, and as I said, Baby Spider's in trouble here. Baby Spider does have Coach Mike covered. Leo's actually the favorite here, statistically, based upon the cards that have been folded. So Leo might get a triple up here, as his King 9 has the best equity at 40% right now. The only player with clubs, the only player with a king, the only player with a 9. So there's a chance that we might not lose a player, as we have a three-way all-in. Hearts, clubs, and diamonds, which of course means that spades are going to come on the board. Oh, it's diamonds. Huge flop for Coach Mike. Straight draw and flush draw. Two pair for Leo, but Coach Mike turns it. And Coach Mike going to be knocking out Leo, as Leo flopped two pair but wasn't able to hold on against two opponents. Leo will be our first player out. And he will let the guys know GG. So the breakdown on this tournament. We only had 13 people advance to day number 2. There was 147 entries. 147 entries. 13 players advanced to day 2. There was somebody that double bagged. The min cash for the double bag was 500. The min cash in person was 750. And Leo going to be walking away with 1,300. So 7th, 8th, and 9th place all going to get 1,300. The next pay jump won't be until 6th place. First place walking away with $5,025. So the net's going to be less than 5,000. So that's good if you do report to the IRS, as there will be no form that is generated because the net has to be more than 5,000. Oh, big flop here, as Jesus flopping top pair and 9 flopping a straight flush draw. I believe this was a limp pot. 9 gonna lead out pretty big here. No, actually it's just 40K. He put out a lot of pink chips. The pink chips are worth 5,000. And Jesus just going to be making the call. And a lot of outs here for 9. And now he picks up more outs. Has a pair to go along with his straight draw and flush draw. And he's going to continue to fire here. Pretty much just setting his own price here. Doesn't want to check to his opponent and have to call off a big bet, but his opponent's going to figure it out. His opponent's going to put him all in here. So nice play by Jesus, as he figured out that 9 was just trying to set the price with his draw, and he puts him all in here. So big decision for 9, as he was actually favored on the flop, and it's still basically 50-50 here, as he picked up more outs with the deuce. You can see he is really thinking about this. is, yeah, he still has 300K left, and the blinds are 612. So I don't think he should call it off here. He has too much behind with the blind levels the way they are. But trust me, we're going to see a lot of non-GTO plays, a lot of non-ICM plays. We're just going to see some good old street poker. I think he's going to fold. I think he should fold. But even if he calls, he's going to have some good equity here. I think he just has too much behind. You can see he has over 300 behind, and that's what he just figured out. He just did a little inventory of his chip stack and seeing how much he has behind. Tough decision. Huge draw, but he lets it go. And Jesus will show. And you can see 9 isn't even the short stack after that. Keep in mind, the blind's already 6,000, 12,000. So he still has over 20 bigs, over 25 bigs. So once again, the total prize pool was 25K. This is the bankroll builder. As summer camp starting for the poker players in Vegas. So bankroll builder for all the summer tournaments that are going to be going on. Baby Spider with the ace. He is the short stack, but he is going to raise it up in the cutoff. It is a min raise. It's going to get a call from winner. And Mondo getting a really good price here. It is a min raise. Needs to call another 12. And he's in. So all the letters accounted for, the ace, the king, the Q, and the J. And it is the ace showing up. Let's see if these players check to Baby Spider. Winner's thinking about betting his middle pair here. He also has some backdoor draws. Action is on winner. He is eyeing his stack. And he's going to put out a small bet here. No, it's 55. The yellow chips are worth 1,000. The pink chips are worth 5,000, and the white chips, yeah, he's going with it. Baby Spider is all in. And I think winner is going to have, yeah, it's less than 100K more for him to call. I think he's priced himself in, and he does make the call. He does have outs. As I said, he does have some backdoor flush outs, some backdoor straight outs, or he could just hit a queen or a jack. 4 immediate outs. 4 immediate outs for the queen jack. And there it is. 2 pair. Baby Spider will go out in 8th place. So still one more player until we get the pay jump. As 7th, 8th, and 9th all walking away with 1,300. The next pay jump will be at 6th place, getting 1,750. Coach Mike excited that we're closer to the pay jump. So Coach Mike is trying to get on Poker Atlas, and they're letting him know it's right behind you. It's right behind you, Coach Mike. You don't need to look at the Poker Atlas on your phone. You just need to turn around. Oh, he's really stretching. He's really stretching. So actually, that's some good information to know, which is why you should always pay attention. As you can see that it seems like Coach Mike is playing for the pay jumps. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's bad, but that's definitely information that you can use at the table there. As 9 going to be taking it up to 50 with his ace king suited. Winner calling with the ace 3. So over a 4x raise here, getting called. And Coach Mike with his ace as well will be getting out of the way. And the ace 3 going to outflop the ace king. As a matter of fact, Coach Mike would have flopped a 9 as well. 9 going to be checking it over. And Winner putting out a big bet here with his bottom pair. And 9 letting his hand go. Yeah, looks like we got a fan of seat 8, Mondo. The Tocayo. So Tocayo, Spanish, basically means namesake, somebody who shares your same name. His action is going to be on Sam here with the loop 610. He'll get rid of that. Coach Mike does the same with the king crab. It is folded around to Winner with the ace. And it looks like he's just going to limp here from the cutoff. Jesus with the suited ace just making the call. And that's going to let Zamora in the pot as Zamora is dominated. Jack high flop. It does go check around as there is an 8 on the turn now. Jesus with second pair checking it again. And looks like Winner, who is drawn dead, cannot hit an ace, as Jesus also has an ace. Jesus going to be making the call. The bet's 49,000. Jesus, a big 49ers fan, likes the price. He will make the call. And any 10 makes a straight here. The only way that Winner's going to win this hand is if he represents the 10. And he's not going to represent the 10. He's going to take his showdown value. He hit a pair on the river, had some showdown value, took the showdown value. But that pot will get shipped over to seat number 9. Jesus, who does work at the best grocery store in Texas, HEB. Or from the people who aren't from Texas, HEB. So action on Coach Mike. These players still pretty deep here as Coach Mike has the queens. I'm liking about 30 under the gun. But I think he's going to make it bigger. Yellow chips worth 1,000. Pink chips worth 5,000. White chips. Oh, did he limp? Yeah, he limps with the ladies. Mentioned it earlier. You're not going to see perfect GTO play. You're not going to see perfect ICM play. Just some street poker from South Texas. So 4 ways to a flop we go. The queen's way out in front right now. And the queens will remain out in front with the 10 high flop, 2 spades, 60,000 in the middle. It does go check to Coach Mike. Let's see what he does now. Reaching for some white chips. He's betting over the pot. Looks like over 80. 65. I thought that was 3 white chips. But 65 was announced. And he will win a small pot. Actually, not that bad, quote-unquote, play, limping under the gun, just because the players are really deep. When you are, when you have a deep stack, you can take some unconventional lines, get a little bit tricky, and Coach Mike was getting a little bit tricky there. Nobody fell into his trap, but he did lay one nevertheless. So everybody with at least 20 bigs. A lot of maneuverability. Zamora with the 5s. He's going to take it up to 65. Coach Mike ordering a drink from the full service bar. Is that a Blue Hawaiian? And Coach Mike will let it go and get to enjoy his drink. We do have a full service bar here at the Texas Card House in Rio Grande Valley. This is a social club. Poker is the focus, but there are other activities for the members. Pool table, chessboards. And as I said, it is a full service bar with bar bites. Hot dogs, nachos, the air fried pizza. Yeah, so everybody with at least 20 bigs, so might see some players get a little bit tricky. Queen deuce of hearts. Why not? Jesus with the suited connectors making the call. Zamora with the jack 6. He likes to see flops, and he's going to put out a call. Sam with the king 6 of hearts. I like the raise here from Sam. Really not playing his cards, playing the players. Coach Mike with the ace jack puts a lot of pressure on. Big raise here from Sam. But there were like 4 limpers. Yeah, so 4 limpers plus the blinds. So what is that? 5x? Blinds are still 612, or did they go up? Oh, blinds actually went up to 1015. Blinds are at 1015. Sam does not want to call here, but at the same time, oh wow, 9 calling with his short stack here. I was going to go at the same time, even if he gets a call, he will have position on his opponents. So 9 making the call as the blinds have gone up to 10-15. And Sam's probably just going to put 9 all in here once he checks to him. Once again, not playing his cards, just playing the position. Either big bet or small bet, but I do think Sam will put out a bet. And 9 gonna have to let it go. Looks like Matt in the chat cheering on the chip leader. It feels like you're cheating when you're cheering on the chip leader. I mean, it could be his best friend, brother, family, but it just feels like you're cheating when you're cheering on the chip leader. And apparently that is not a blue Hawaiian that Coach Mike ordered. It is a blue balls. Guess there's more than one way to get blue balls. Suited one gapper for Mondo, and he is going to limp under the gun as the blinds have gone up to 10-15. And Sam, who just made a move last hand, now has a hand, and he is going to be putting on a small raise here. Zamora actually getting a little bit tricky here with the 7-8 offsuit. Raises it up to 40K. And Sam putting on a small raise. I think Zamora has to call here. Sometimes you make a move and you get priced in. We saw this earlier when Baby Spider got knocked out. His opponent led with middle pair. Baby Spider went all in, and if his opponent would have checked, and Baby Spider would have gone all in, then his opponent would have been able to fold. You can see Zamora does make the call. And let's see if Sam puts on a small continuation bet here. 3-bet was to 130, I believe, or 140. I do like a down bet of perhaps maybe a fourth of the pot, maybe about 80K. He does have the 10 of spades. Don't have to risk too much here. Let's see if he puts out around 80K. Looks like it's more. Looks like 200. Dealer confirms it's 175. Zamora gonna have to let go of his 8 high. I think Sam could have got the same information with an 80K bet, but at the same time, he knows Zamora likes to see flops, likes to see turns. So perhaps knowing that information, he sized it up a little bit bigger than he normally would bet. Yeah, I did mention, like, hey, I mean, he could be your best friend, he could be a family member, but it just seems like you're cheating when you're taking the tournament leader. It's like, who do you pick? I'm picking the guy with the most chips. Yes, Zamora fires. Zamora is not afraid to fire in a tournament. Sam picking up another playable hand, but deciding to take a break with the 4s. So Sam would have hit a set of 4s. Mondo with the open ender. I actually like a bet here as this range really hits the blinds. Shouldn't be hitting anybody else, and he is going to bet his open ender. And it's going to get the job done. Yeah, I know Zamora fired at least 10 bullets in this tournament. But once he starts hitting, he's able to spin up a stack. As you can see, he has over 2 million here at the final table. different people have different playing styles, and he's the type of player, if it's a rebuy tournament, he is definitely going to use that safety net and make some quote-unquote loose calls to try to get lucky. 9 with the ace-king. Thought he just might go all in, but he puts out a small raise here. I don't know if he's going to win this hand, and I know it sounds like I'm being results-oriented, but I just like an all-in here with the stack size that he has. He basically has 10 bigs. You have ace-king. You want to make your opponents pay a premium if they want to call with a speculative hand. Oh, and he's actually going to get 3-bet here by the queen 10. Just making sure that the raise is a proper raise. And I believe, yes, it is confirmed to be proper, as yeah, so it is not double the bet, it is double the raise. So the blinds are 10, 15, and 9 making it 36. So he raised it 21,000, which means the min raise would be 57,000, not 72,000. And 9 just calls here as Zamora also makes the call. Something for everybody. Top pair versus middle pair versus bottom pair. So 9 is either going to double up or triple up here, get knocked out, because he is not folding top pair with his short stack. There's the all-in. And they are asking for a count. I think both these players are going to call based upon their playing style, based upon their chip stacks. I think they're both going to call. Yeah, they are getting a count, and it is 86. So there's one call. And action is on Zamora. He will be closing off the action. He has bottom pair. Has no backdoor flush possibilities, but he is closing off the action. And he does have over 2 million in chips in his stack. And there's the call. So is 9 going to be able to triple up? He's going to have to avoid a 9. No, open-ended. Wow, what a huge turn. Open-ended for Zamora and a flush draw for winner. 9 has a lot to avoid if he wants to secure the triple up here. And he's not going to avoid it, as they both get there on him. Both players get there on him. So 9 will be our 7th place finisher. And it is winner with the flush, who might get some value out of Zamora here. Oh, Zamora betting his straight. 125. And you can see 9 already knows. Whenever you're all in and they're betting on the side pot, that is not a good sign for your hand. There's the raise. It's never good when you're all in and the players are in the side pot, raising back and forth. Oh, Zamora makes the call. And it is going to be a big pot for winner. All hands do have to be exposed. So winner taking his stack all the way past the million mark. And now Zamora, now under 2 million for the first time, as he has 1.7 in his stack. Winner with 1.3. So this is TCH Live Poker. That is the name of this YouTube channel. And we do stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday cash games. Tuesday night's the big game in Dallas. Wednesday night is the Keep Austin Weird game. Thursday nights is the Omaha game from Houston. And Friday nights, it is the Hold'em game from right here in the Rio Grande Valley. So schedule pretty much set. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday cash games. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday tournaments. So there is no set schedule or set time for the tournaments. But on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we do have tournaments on this channel. Jesus with the ace high leading out here. The min bet to 15. Zamora with the open ender. And Zamora's going to hit his open ender. Jesus is going to hit his top pair. And now he's going to size it up to 75. Let's see if Zamora just makes the call here. As both these players started the hand with over 1.5 billion in their stack. Zamora just makes the call and he hits the straight again. Was open-ended, needed an ace or a 9, hits the ace. Oh, and Jesus is not slowing down here. Here comes the raise from Zamora. How big is the raise going to be as Jesus bet in 75 on the river? And how big is the raise going to be, Zamora? Is it going to be a small raise? Is it going to be a big raise? Normally, we would have a camera that zooms into seat 1, but as I said, that camera not working, so this side camera doing a little double duty tonight, as Zamora does raise it up to 275, and Jesus knows that he's beat now. The only question is, does he make the call, as it will be 200 more for him to make the call. Only one pair with a bad kicker. Oh, he's going to make the curiosity call. Zamora looks like he picked the right size, making it 200 more. The bet was 75 on the river. Zamora raising it to 275. And you can see Jesus cutting out the chips. And as they say, curiosity killed the cat. He's replaying the action in his head. Oh, is he going to let it go? Yeah, he's going to let it go. He replayed the action and said, wait, I don't think top pair is good here. And he makes the fold. And still, every player with more than 20 bigs. Coach Mike, the short stack. But he's got the blue drink. Let us know in the YouTube chat where you are watching from tonight. I'm sure we got some first-time viewers from the Dallas area or Houston area or Austin area. This is the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, one of 6 Texas Card House locations in the state of Texas. Of course, there's 2 in North Texas, Texas Card House Dallas, TCH Social, Las Colimas. That's in the city of Irvin. Then 2 in East Texas, 1 in the city of Houston, and 1 just north of Houston in the city of Spring. 1 in South Texas, that's us, and 1 in Central Texas, the original TCH Social in the city of Austin. Austin city limits. Coach Mike, who limped under the gun, now is facing a raise to 50K. Zamora has the suited ace-4. And Coach Mike with the 2 letters in his hand. As I said, local, started off as a boxing coach, now has gone to the promotion side of things. Juarez Rolos Promotions. And the 2 face cards are going to get a call here. All right, let's see if Zamora gets tricky here, flopping 2 pair. Coach Mike will check to him. And does Zamora get tricky? I like a check back here from Zamora. Oh, Zamora's actually in the small blind. So, yes, Zamora is checking. Coach Mike with the stare down. Checks behind. Coach Mike officially drawn dead now, and Zamora will put out another 50. I think Coach Mike is done with this hand. He's just going to have to fold the face cards and take a drink. So Zamora does show the 2 pair. All right, so we got the formerly known as Phony Turgeson. I know he's from the New York area. I think he might even be New York City. And we got Jimmy from North Carolina. Take your shirt off. Little Petey Pablo. We got somebody from Cranston, Rhode Island. Pretty sure, and maybe you can confirm this for me, John, but the guy who went on that big heater about 5 or 6 years ago on WPT, Anthony Zeno, I'm pretty sure he's from Cranston, Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. Almost up to 100 live viewers here on just the YouTube channel alone, as we are also streaming on the Facebook, Twitch, and a couple of other platforms. As I said, I do have access to only the YouTube chat, only the YouTube chat. And it looks like we got a misdeal. Pretty sure this is the first time that we have Declan dealing the stream table, as we do stream every Wednesday night and every Friday night. But the dealers who normally deal the stream game, not available today, so the general manager, Declan, stepping up, leading by example here, pitching the cards.
The biggest comeback ever, Coach Mike.
Somebody watching from Edinburgh, Scotland. Great Scott. Zamora with the ace-jack. 15,000 to call. And he's going to take it up to 80. Zamora likes to play big pots. That's how we got all those chips. So we hit the pay jump as the next player eliminated is going to be winning $1,750, $1,750. Both fifth and sixth place. Both fifth and sixth place going to get $1,700, and then third and fourth place will each get $2,300. 25K was the total prize pool. Basically 150 players entering this tournament. As we got Jesus with the suited one gapper making the call. Zamora coming along as well with a very good hand if you played blackjack. Huge flop for Mondo, flopping a pair and a flush draw. Winner flopping top pair. What does Mondo do with his huge hand? He's only 53%, but that's because there's another 3 players in the hand with him. He's gonna get tricky here, hoping one of his opponents takes a stab. Nobody gonna stab. And now it is the top pair, the jack, that is the favorite. And winner, whose real name is Robert, but everybody loves the winner. He's going to be making the bet, basically betting a pot-sized bet here. 75K in the pot. He is betting 80. And Mondo reaching for some chips. Did he say all in? He said all in. I thought I heard all in. And I believe this is Mondo's first time playing on the stream. Oh, winner's thinking about calling here. It's over 500K. Now both, you can see the headset that the dealer's wearing, so both his ears are covered. He did not hear Mondo say all in. Something that we do remind the players of. And you got to make sure that the dealer hears you, since the dealer does have both ears covered. And there you go, Anthony Zeno, Cranston, Rhode Island. Don't ask me how I know that. I just know random stuff. Pretty sure the only one that has that's in the leaderboard there for WPT is Daryl Elias. But I think Zeno won like back-to-back WPTs and then made another final table. He just had one of those monster years that everybody dreams of. All right, so making sure that everything is getting read correctly. Basically a 3-man operation here. As you see one of them, you hear the other one, and then the other one is see no evil, hear no evil. So you have the commentator, myself, then you have the dealer who you see there, and then you have the production crew. So we have Roxy running the computer tonight, known as the Action Tracker, and that is who the dealer is in constant communication with. That way all the stats pop up properly, and at least in my opinion, it is a much better viewing experience, as we have a pretty interesting turn here, as we have 2 players turn an open-ender with 1 player making a pair, and it is Mondo, who just won the last pot, gonna bet the worst hand here. Jesus has a pair with a straight draw of his own. Cutting out chips to make a call. And this should bring Zamora along. If you haven't figured it out, Zamora does not like to fold. Oh, we actually lost some viewers. We almost got to 100, and we lost some viewers. Maybe they didn't like me singing the North Carolina Petey Pablo song. So Jesus does hit his straight. Had the best hand on the turn. And if you saw real quick, the production crew on top of it changing the river. Sometimes the cards do not read properly, and for whatever reason, the reader did not read properly, but they did change it. And Jesus going to be betting his straight. That should get the job done. Another Zamora fan. And it's hard not to like somebody who plays every hand. Nobody likes a nit. So 3 players in the Millionaire Club and 3 players just under 3 million. Sam almost at the million mark. Going to be raising it up to 40, Shorty, with the pocket eights. Coach Mike with the suited ace. I believe he folded. Yeah, so Sam with the quote-unquote standard raise, the 2.5K raise. And he's going to get looked up by Jesus. And we all know Zamora's calling. There's the call from Zamora. So 3 ways we go. Pot at 135. Pocket eights out in front right now. And somehow the pocket eights are still out in front. Sam should be putting out a continuation bet if it does get checked to him. Let's see if he does. And I'm not saying this because I know Sam has the best hand. I'm saying it because there's only 1 overcard to the board. And Sam has a pocket pair and everybody's checking to him. That's why I'm saying it. It has nothing to do with Sam's having the pocket eights. Or, excuse me, it has nothing to do with nobody having a queen here. Just the fact that Sam has pocket eights with 1 overcard and everybody's checking to him. So the chances that anybody has that queen is very, very small. And he puts out a small bet here of 45. Zamora coming along, and he's picking up an open ender. And I think Sam's going to have to slow down here now that 2 overcards are on the board. I did think Sam's continuation bet was a little on the small side, betting 45 into 135. But as I said earlier, everybody's an expert when you see the cards. And Zamora putting out a nice bet here, picking up the open ender. Sam is thinking, did he really hit the king? And yes and no. The king did help his hand. Oh, so I think Sam's going to call a bet here. Sam didn't think he hit the king on the turn, and now it's even less likely that Zamora has the king now that the king is paired again. But Zamora is going to represent it. So he's cutting out some white chips. How much is it? Let's see if Sam's able to figure it out here. He called on the turn. He didn't think Zamora had the king, and now that the king came again, chances are even less likely. Yeah, Sam's going to make the call here. Nice call by Sam. He put the puzzle together and figured it out. So that pot's going to take Sam to over $1 million now. So the small bet on the flop getting a light call from Zamora. But Sam does figure out that his pocket eights are best. So now we got 4 players at over $1 million. With the blinds 10,000, 20,000 now. The blinds went up 10,000, 20,000. Action on Coach Mike. That's a Big 10-4 good buddy. He will let that hand go. And it is folded around to Jesus. And does he raise? He does not. Just makes the call with the 2 face cards on the button. And this is another good spot to put out a bet. It is check to Jesus, but he does choose to check it back. King high still leading the way. And this is actually a good spot for Sam to bet, but he's going to check. And now Jesus does put out the delay continuation bet, and that'll get the job done. So Sam, the TPS report specialist, a little nod to the movie Office Space. Of course, that was a Mike Judge movie. And if you haven't heard, Sam did not hear this, but King of the Hill is making its return. King of the Hill gonna be coming back on Hulu. I believe that is a min raise. Yeah, that is a min raise from the ace-5 of diamonds, making sure that the cards got scanned properly. Blinds are 10,000, 20,000 as winner takes it up to 40K. Zamora making the call with the 9-10 offsuit. And Mike in the big blind getting a discount here. And looks like he's going to take the discount. Making the reluctant call as we go 3 ways to a pot. Coach Mike going to be checking, and it does go check around as we do see a heart on the turn. I actually like a bet here from Coach Mike as this range really hits the big blind. Plus he has the king of hearts in his hand, but he does choose to check it. And now the ace high going to be winning here if we go to showdown. And winner betting 100K on the river here. Had some good showdown value with his ace high, but he's taking his showdown value and turning his hand into the bluff here. Does have the best hand though, bluffing with the best hand. Coach Mike missing his bet on the turn. And this is way too much of a stack for him to call. He has 228 in his stack. He will let it go. And the best hand winning. Best hand pre-flop at least. So Coach Mike still with more than 20 bigs. Excuse me, more than 10 bigs. Blinds did go up. So that's more than 10 big, so he's not in the danger zone yet. But he is getting close to that danger zone. So one of Mondo's cards not scanning, but it'll fold around. And Coach Mike has the ace. Oh, wow, he gets the ace-5 to fold. So Coach Mike making the move, and he does show. It's probably going to be a chop pot. Yeah, I believe that's Bison, man. He plays every hand, too. I mean, it's fun to play every hand. Zamora actually knocked me out of this tournament as I flopped top pair, top kicker with the nut flush draw. He flopped the second nut flush draw, and I somehow lost the pot. 10 high flop. First to bet at this pot will win, as it is the battle of the blinds. Both players choosing to check. Like I said, first to bet it wins. If not, we're going to have a chop pot. Looks like winner going to put out 35. And that'll get the job done. So the next stream on this channel, I do not know if there will be a tournament tomorrow, but the set schedule for TCH Live Poker is cash games every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So during the week, there is a stream from each club on Tuesday nights. In general, it's the big game from Dallas. On Wednesday nights, Austin. So Tuesdays, Dallas, Wednesdays, Austin, Thursdays, Houston, and Friday is us. Wednesday nights, Austin does have a mixture of streams. Sometimes they'll have Hold'em, sometimes they'll have high-low. They were actually playing Deuce to 7 triple draw on one of the streams. Then Thursday nights, normally Houston will stream an Omaha game. And then normally we will stream a Hold'em game on Friday nights. We also stream on Wednesday nights on the secondary channel. The secondary channel being Texas Card House. This channel is TCH Live Poker. The secondary channel, Texas Card House. The best or easiest way to distinguish the two is by that circle logo that you see in front of the table right there, right above Texas Card House. That circle logo, that is the same logo for the secondary channel, Texas Card House. As it is nothing but spades, Sam has the 10 of spades. And they do check it over to Sam, who checks behind. Sam's still out in front with his ace high. Will he bet it now? Open ender for Jesus, who checks. Zamora gonna check. Sam checks again. So Sam gonna wind up with the best hand here with ace high. Let's see if anybody tries to bluff. Jesus is gonna try to bluff. Oh, fumbled one of the chips. Might be a tell. He's betting enough to get Sam to fold. Thought Sam should have put in a bet the second time it was checked to him. As we got about another, 17 minutes left in this blind level. Total prize pool 25K. First place walking away with 5,000. So there was actually a cool little bonus on this tournament. There were multiple flights. There was 2 flights every day that started on Monday. We had 2 flights every day that began on Monday. And then we had a final turbo flight today. Battle of the blinds here. Normally the first player who bets will win. And that is the case here. 10 high. Gonna be the best 10. 10 high announced. 10 high wins. So as they say, the early bird gets the worm. Well, any player who registered on time,
Shuffle 'em good, man.
not only was there a bonus chip, it was actually a 10K bonus. It was a 50% bonus. Starting stack was 20K, and if you showed up on time, you got an extra 10K. But everybody who also showed up on time got entered into a drawing. They got entered into a drawing, and that person, one person, actually got a free seat into day number 2 with a 100K starting stack. These players came back to a 3,000, 6,000 blind level. So about, well, over 15 big blinds was the starting stack that somebody came back to. Hey, they were the first ones to get knocked out, but they did have aces. They got it all in with aces on the flop and just got unlucky. Somebody flop bottom pair. They had the aces, got it all in, and had a chance to turn that free entry into 5,000. But instead, they were the first ones out, but they did win 750. 750 was the first player that got knocked out. So not a bad deal. Show up on time, get some extra chips, and get entered into a drawing. As Coach Mike is flopping top pair here, and nobody has anything to call him with.
You on the way?
Somebody asking about a PLO tournament. And not that I've heard of. Not that I've heard of. And I could say, not with certainty, but at least for the next 2 months, don't think we're going to be having any big tournaments the next 2 months, as I did allude to earlier. It is summer camp in Vegas for all the poker players, as the World Series of Poker is going on, along with a ton of other events in Vegas. So pretty sure a lot of players from here will be making a trip up there. Mondo just limping here with the king. Uh-oh, Sam is not going to be limping. I actually like 100K here. Sam actually sizes it up to 110? Yeah, 110. He knows that Zamora likes to see flops. He has position on Zamora, and he's going to charge him. So over a 5K raise here, 5X raise. Zamora has some suited cards. I don't think Zamora is folded. There's the call. Sam loving it right now. Nine high flop. I do like the down bit here. So probably like 75. Oh, Sam's actually out of position. So Sam going to make it 200. But he is out of position. So he will get the fold, add to his stack. And him and Samora both have 1.3 now. So the players starting to... Yeah, we have 3 players at 1.3, 1 player at 1.6. And Coach Mike starting to get short. Still has over 10 bigs, not in panic mode yet. Mondo with the Jack 10. Nice hand, but he is under the gun. He will let it go. Zamora with the Jack high to suit it. He will be making the call. Sam on the button also with the suited Jack. Don't think he could call. He could raise, though. And he's going to be doing just that. Coach Mike, pretty easy slam dunk all in here. And there's the all in. So Sam making a move. This is the second time Sam has been caught making a move by the same player. And he might have raised too much to get him pot committed, but I think this is a fold. He raised it to 70K. It's 3-0. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. I don't think he's priced in, but this is the second time Sam makes a move. And just pretty much bad timing, as Coach Mike had the goods both times. The green chip on top is actually a cash game chip worth $25. The grand total is 303, and I think it's too much for Sam to call. And he agrees.
I need my double.
So sometimes it's right place, right time, and sometimes the timing is off, and it has been off for Sam twice tonight. The frustrating part is both times it was against the same opponent.
That's the bad thing about it, yeah. You'll be like, fuck, I should have called up. Pinches Zamora.
So action on his Zeus, 5-3 offsuit, should be getting rid of that. Zamora with the 10-4. I don't think he's going to play this, but Zamora likes to see flops. No, Zamora does let the 10-4 go. We found a hand that he folds, folks. We found a hand that he folds. Oh, the 10's for winner here. Does he get sneaky? He is not. He's going to raise it up. And Mondo's not going to be able to call with the Queen 5. Just going to have to let it go. Let it go. Does have over 25 bigs, but Queen 5, a little too raggedy to make the call. So about 7 minutes to go on this blind level. Blinds are 10-20 right now. Every player with more than 20 big blinds. 4 players with more than $1 million in their stack. Action is on Zamora. Has the 3 deuce. And he will make the fold. Sam with the suited ace 5. Takes it up to 50. The standard 2.5x. Winner making the call on the button with the better ace. Mondo making sure that it is a raise, but he will be folding to 9-3. Jesus did not scan his cards. but I do not think he called the raise. Let's see if he called the raise. The dealer is going to let the production crew know that we still have at least one other player in the hand. Yeah, Jesus did fold. Okay, there it is. The action tracker is just going to catch back up, so it'll be a quick pause in the action as it catches back up, and now we're good. It did go check on the flop. All right, so everything caught back up, so now we will see the turn. So they're punching in the flop, punching in the check from Sam, the check from Winner, and now everything is caught up. A little surprised Winner did not put out a bet there with his ace-10, had a straight draw and a backdoor flush draw, but choosing to play it slow. But now he's going to put out a bet, being checked to twice. And Sam not going to be able to call. But doesn't want to fold right away. Pretty much just doing this for the time and tell. Doesn't want to give his opponents any more information. So taking a... Oh, wow. Oh, Sam's going to bluff here. Sam's going to bluff here. I thought he would fold the turn, but now you got to bluff the river. Got to put out like 150? Oh, he checked? So interesting play by Sam there. I thought he would fold the turn, but then he made the call. So then I thought that he would try to bluff the river, but he did not. So I am a little perplexed by his play there. But he's the one at the final table, and I'm the one in my little booth here. All right, I do feel a little bit better as they do agree with me in the chat. So Sam picking up queens now. Raised it 50K last time with the ace-5. Raises it 50K again with the queens. And Zamora with the suited ace will be making the call. So heads up we go. And nice flop for Sam. 130 in the pot. Maybe about 75? How about 80? I actually think 60 is normally a good bet, but Sam knows that Zamora likes to call flops, likes to call turns, so he's sizing it up. Wants to give his opponent a bad price or wants to get max value from his hand if his opponent's going to choose to call. But Zamora does make the fold. So Jesus is seat 9 with the chip lead. He also has the button as Coach Mike, the short stack, is first to act. Will fold the queen 6. Fold it around to seat 7, who does the same. Omando's not folding. Did he announce all in? Wow, he rips it here for more than 20 bigs with the ace-queen. Does get the better hand to fold. and he will take it down.
Around what time the tournament will
So
finish?
winning 50K there, picking up the blinds and annies.
We're finished. Yeah, but around what time? I mean, it really depends. The more you go all in, the faster it'll go.
So up to hand 42. As I said, we did have 13 players advance today, number 2. And we lost some players pretty quick, especially based upon the blind level and the stack sizes. Suited ace queen for winner. Does he want to play this under the gun? And looks like he is gonna reach for some chips here. Makes the call of the 20K. Nines for Jesus. I do like a raise here. You're the chip leader. You want to put the chips to work. And he agrees with me. Raising it up. Is it 95? Kind of like a raise to 70. Based upon the chip stacks and the size and everything. But he makes it 95 with the nines. Maybe he had the 9 in the back of his mind. Pretty good flop for the nines. Just one overcard to worry about. And I'm thinking this is a size down here. No, it goes check, check. Winner checks again, and Jesus has to put out a bet now that it's been checked to him twice. And he does. Only 50, but that's going to get the job done. And we're on a 10-minute break, folks, as we're getting ready to get over 100 viewers on the YouTube channel. We'll be on a 10-minute break. But we'll open up the chat. We'll open up the chat. So we got the little AMA that Ask Me Anything on the chat. So far in the chat, got a fan of seat number 8, Mando. Got a couple of fans of Zamora, seat number 1. Got a lot of people watching from the Northeast. New York, Rhode Island, North Carolina. I don't think North Carolina is considered Northeast. That's more Atlantic coast, I guess. North Carolina is actually on my list, as they do have a casino in the western part of the state, Cherokee. They got a Caesars property over there where they run a World Series of Poker. As a matter of fact, they have 2 stops of the World Series of Poker there in Cherokee, North Carolina. So as we are on this 10-minute break, we will once again break down what these players are playing for. We are playing the 25K Bankroll Builder from the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. There are 6 players from the 147 players who did start this tournament. It was a 125 entry with an optional $100 add-on that the players were allowed to do at any time. So 147 players paying the 125. 99 of those players doing the optional add-on. So that built a prize pool of just right at 25K. We did bring 13 players back. 1 player did double bag, so they got a $500 bonus for that. There was also day 1 payouts, as 8% of the field advanced to day 2. 12% of the field got paid. So on a couple of these flights, there was players that finished second or third. did not advance to day 2, but they did make a couple of $100. I believe it was 175 was the min cash on day 1. Day 2, the min cash was the 500 for the double bag and the 750 for getting knocked out 11th, 12th, or 13th. The final table was 10-handed, and the 10th place player got $1,000. The 10th place player, if you know anything about Rio Grande Valley poker, it was El Buki, Serge, partner, was the unofficial, made the unofficial final table at 10. Of course, we started streaming at 7, as we have lost 3 players. First player out was Leo. He does play on the Friday night tournaments a lot here, and he is one of the owners, or one of the franchisees of the School of Rock down here in the Rio Grande Valley. They do have 2 locations, one on North Ware Road and one on Jackson in Forest/McAllen. So he was the first one out in 9th. And then we lost Baby Spider, who flopped a top pair with his ace-5 against middle pair from winner. Middle pair leading out and then calling the all-in of Baby Spider. Then 7th place, we had the player that was going by 9. And all 3 of those players getting 1,300. Our next pay jump will be 5th and 6th, each getting 1,750. So you can see they are cleaning it up, getting rid of the 1,000 chips. So the pink chips are 5,000, the white chips are 25,000, the yellow chips are 1,000. They are getting rid of that as we are on break here. Our next blind level is going to be 15,000, 30,000, and they will go up from there. We are on 30-minute blind levels, 30-minute or half an hour. Oh, looks like we got an appearance by the lovely Frida, employee of the month. Oh, the fan blowing her hair there. So Frida, one of the waitresses here, actually won employee of the month last month. And got Matthew coming in the room now. Matthew, who used to live in the far northeast, Maine. So wound up down here in South Texas. Goes from the Canadian border, the U.S.-Canadian border, to the U.S.-Mexico border. So players are on a 10-minute break, and we are on the 15-minute delay. I can tell you all 6 players are still remaining. So once we jump back in the action, the 15-minute delay, first place just over 5,000, 5,025. Mentioned it earlier, World Series of Poker is going on right now, and the big event that they have been starting off with the last couple of years is the Mystery Million, and both Mystery Millions have been pulled. So that's a pretty cool little deal. It's a $1,000 tournament. If you make day 2 of the tournament, then you have a chance to pull one of the mystery bounties. And you got to love the player. You got Tyler Montoya. He was the first player to pull $1 million bounty. This is his actual quote, folks. This is his actual quote, if you have not heard. If you're a stripper in town, make sure you're working tonight. So I'm sure he's going to wind up at, or he's probably already at the Spearmint Rhino there in Vegas. All right, got Jose in the chat. Jose was actually here earlier, as we did have a 12 noon flight. We did have a turbo flight today. There was one last chance to qualify. There was a turbo flight. Jose showed up, did not have luck in the tournament, but sat down in the cash game, and he cashed out 2 racks. So that's always nice. Yeah, so Jose with no luck making day 2 of this tournament, but had luck at the cash game tables, as we are running. I believe we have 2 or 3 cash games going on right now at the main floor. It is 1-3 here. But if you know anything about Texas poker, pay no attention to the blinds. And you've kind of seen that here in this tournament. Yes, we do have 2 tables going on right now. Minimum buy-in is $100. Blinds are 1-3. Maximum is 1,000 or a match stack. You can see the players starting to get back to their seats, as we do have a couple of minutes left on the break here. $5,000 up top.
Can I go get a smoke break? Yeah. Can they call me if you guys start? Yeah, that's what they do always.
They're on final 3 tables. Average second.
Hey, there's Roxy. We never see Roxy. So Roxy is the one person we don't see, as she is in charge of the action tracker. As a matter of fact, you can still see she has her headphones on. She has her headphones on. So anytime the dealer is talking to somebody, that somebody is normally Roxy, and she is the one that keeps track. Oh, wow. So Roxy letting us know this happened 15 minutes ago. But let me tune into that to see. Yep. So we have one of our local players, Chubbs, and as a matter of fact, Chubbs is all in. Yeah, so one of our local players who actually runs the stream down here, Georgie, who goes by Chubbs on the stream, he's actually at another final table here in Texas. They're down to 3 tables. And he's actually all in right now. He's got just over $2 million in his stack. He just ripped it with 8s from the cutoff. So now he has almost $4 million. So 3.9 for Chubbs. There are 37 players left in that tournament. So congratulations to Chubbs for making the final table up in the Austin area. Yeah, they actually have 4 tables left. Yeah, so 36 players would be 4 tables left. All right, so everybody getting chipped up here as we're getting ready to go. We have 6 players left here for the 25K Bankroll Builder. Damn, look at all those chips they're taking out of play. It's racks on racks. So we're down to the final 6. As I said, if this is your first time tuning into the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, one of 6 Texas Card House locations across the state, one of 4 streaming locations. We do stream on this channel, TCH Poker Live, every Friday night. And usually on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, there will be at least one tournament. There's never a set time for the tournaments because we never know how long they're going to take to play out.
Tenía chingo de rojas, por eso no se miraba.
So if I had to guess, I would say at the most we have another 2 hours to go at the most. But you never know how stuff is going to play out. As a matter of fact, I've seen some streams from our Dallas location. I've seen some streams from our Houston location where they get to the final table. As a matter of fact, within the last couple of weeks, there's been a stream in Dallas and a stream from Houston where there was one player that literally just steamrolled the final table, and it was done in less than 2 hours. Sometimes that happens where a player gets hot. Yeah, Chubbs has 40 bigs. 40 bigs with 36 players to go. He is actually the chip leader at his table. All right, so the break is over, and we are ready to rock and roll here once again. All right, so we will go over the chip stacks. His blinds are going to be 15-30 coming back from the break. 15-30. So Coach Mike still has over 10 bigs, but he is getting a little short. Chip leader is Jesus right there in seat 9 with the San Antonio Spurs hat on. Rio Grande Valley located 3 hours directly south of San Antonio. It is the closest professional sports team to us. So we got Jesus there, 1.7. Winner in seat 7, 1.4. Zamora, 1.2. He's lost about $1 million since the final table has begun. Sam in also over $1 million. And then we have 2 players in at less than $1 million. Coach Mike, who's going to be in small blind, he is the short stack. And we're up to over 100 viewers. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody joining us here. We have 6 players left. 25K bankroll builder. First place taking home over $5,000. Oh, damn. Dallas is getting destroyed by hail right now. That's not good. I will say that's the one thing that I do not like about the North Texas area is they get some crazy weather. It's actually located like geographically or meteorology. I don't know the right word to say, but it's located like on the south side of the quote-unquote tornado alley. It's got a little bit of it. And they'll sometimes get some crazy winds, some crazy weather, and apparently Dallas is getting pounded right now. Now, we are located in a hurricane zone down here in the Rio Grande Valley, so I'm not saying that we're perfect. Dallas located in a tornado zone. We're located in a hurricane zone. The only good thing, or the silver lining about the hurricane zone is they do take a couple of days to get here. Oh, Jesus coming back to Kings right off the break here. Sizing it up. 5K raise here, or 5X raise. And Mondo does have a pretty hand, but he does have less than 20 bigs here. So normally when you have less than 20 bigs, you don't want to be making some light calls here. I think if this was Queen Jack offsuit, it would have already been in the muck. But the Queen Jack suited, 40% of a royal, but he is facing a big raise here. And Jesus just chomping away at his nachos, and that's normally a sign of strength. If somebody is eating at the table and they choose to raise a hand or choose to play a hand, it's normally a sign of strength because they are taking a break from their food. He will show the kings. And And Jesus will take it down. It looks like Coach Mike there ordering another drink. So on to hand 44 as Mondo needs to put out his big blind. There he goes. He's putting out the big blind. Jesus with the AC-deucey just won the last hand. But he's going to take a break here. Wants to finish those nachos. Coach Mike with the 10s. Does he go? I was going to say, does he go all in? I don't think he's going to go all in here. He does have more than 10 bigs, but should be raising it to about 75. Ooh, just limping with the 10s. Asking for trouble, in my opinion. Limping with 10s on the button. 2 overcards. Mondo can take it away from him, but I don't think he is. And now Coach Mike going to bet the minimum, 30K. And this should get the job done. Yeah, Mondo will let it go, and Coach Mike avoids the bad beat with the 10s. Yeah, so I agree with you. I do agree with you. I concur, Josh. I concur. Normally not good to eat at the poker table. And especially finger food. So Zamora just calling with the dog, the canine, under the gun. And everybody else, the blinds will be making the call. Be going to an ace-high flop, 2 spades. It's actually a nice board for Zamora to represent. He does have the best hand. And he's going to represent, put out 50K, should it do the trick. Now I see why the dealers were in gloves. So, I like to say there's always a silver lining. And the silver lining with COVID, a lot of places would not allow you to eat at the poker table. And I did like that. Oh, there you go. I also like that whole 6 feet rule, especially when you're in line. A lot of times, like, some people are like literally right behind you, which I always find funny. It's like nobody's gonna cut between us, and like even if somebody cuts between us, I mean, you're gonna be there and say, "Hey, you weren't here. You need to get to the back of the line." But some people are just like in your back pocket. Both players with diamonds, as it is the battle of the blinds. And Jesus going to outflop Zamora here, hitting his queen. Actually hitting 2 pair and checks it quickly. Zamora puts out the continuation bet. Oh, we have the gold chips are in play. I believe the gold chips are 100K. So gold chips are in play. Did not notice that. Oh, This is going to slow stuff down. Both players checking. And we're going to have a chop pot if nobody bets at this pot. Check, check on the turn. Do not see the action yet on the river. You can see on your lower right-hand side that 4 of clubs, there it is. The 4 of clubs hasn't appeared. So, oh, Jesus going to bet? Yeah, Jesus bets the river, and he takes it down. Yes, somebody else also liking the COVID poker. I don't know about the clear screen. The clear screen was kind of like antisocial and one of the reasons you play the games. But hey, I mean, you like the clear screen? That's your prerogative. And fewer players was cool. I know a lot of people like to play shorthanded. Appreciate the kind words, Josh. Jesus hitting the 9. He should be betting here if he gets checked to him. Don't know if he is. He does not. And now Sam has a straight draw needing a jack. Goes check around again. Jesus going to wind up with the best hand with the 9. Does anybody try to bluff? Nobody's going to bluff. Jesus will show his 9. And the rich get richer. Jesus now with over 2 million. So Zamora started the final table off with over 2 million. And now Jesus crossing the 2 million mark. Yeah, as a matter of fact, a lot of poker rooms still play 8-handed now, and part of that is because of COVID. I actually don't like the 8-handed, at least cash games in the lower stakes like 1-2, 1-3, 2-5, because the games tend to break a lot. You're 8-handed, somebody cashes out, now you're 7-handed, somebody busts, now you're 6-handed, somebody gets up to smoke, and somebody says, well, I don't want to play 5-handed, and then nobody plays. And I like it in theory. In theory, it's a great idea. At least live, I don't think it works in practice. Jesus, chip leader, raising it up with the 3s, taking it down. So as I said, if I had to guess based upon the chip stacks, based upon the play, I think we have less than 2 hours to go, but sometimes with the card distribution and the bad beats, that's not always the case. Bando, one of his cards did not scan, the dealer letting him know. So these are special cards. All these cards have a computer chip in them. And if you see the circles in front of the players, kind of the bullseye, the circle within the circle, that is the RFID reader. So when the dealer deals the cards, he'll try to deal as close to the circles as possible. And then they do ask the players to also make sure they scan the cards. So middle pair for Jesus with a gut shot. Let's see if he puts out a bet here, as he did. Oh, it's actually Winner who's going to be betting his pair here. It is the min bet, the 30K, and it's going to get a quick call. Coach Mike will get out of the way as we get ready to see a turn. Good news is Jesus hitting 2 pair. Bad news is any queen makes a straight. So both players will check it now. And there is the straight on the board. Second time Jesus has a chop pot. The last time he was able to bet his opponent off of a chop, but this time he will not. They will chop it up. Yeah, I actually remember playing 11-handed too. So I'm in my 40s, so Moneymaker Boom and everything like that. But I actually remember playing 11-handed as well. So apparently the story behind Texas Hold'em is it was a game that the Cowboys were playing when they would do the cattle drives, and up to 22 players are actually able to play. 22 players can get dealt in. So 11's half, so 11 you're still good, but I remember playing 11-handed as well. And Andy asking, how come these guys aren't at the WSOP? Well, this is the Bankroll, the Bankroll Builder. This tournament is the Bankroll Builder. One of the reasons we are hosting this tournament is to build these players' bankroll, so I'm sure some of these players will wind up in Vegas this summer for the WSOP, World Series of Poker. So min raise from Zamora going from 30 to 60, and that's going to price in Mando here with the 6 high. Oh, Zamora flopping the straight. And it's hard to put Zamora on the hand because he plays all the hands. But he has the goods now. And he does check. His hand keeps getting better. Flops the nuts. Now has the redraw with the flush draw. And does he check again? Nah, he's going to have to start building a pot here. His opponent has nothing. He will fold quickly. But Mando started to dwindle down his chip stack, as now him and Coach Mike are each going to have about 10 big blinds here. Yeah, they both have 300K. So they still have more than 10 big blinds, but they're getting close to that danger zone. Suited connectors for Zamora. And he makes the call. Dramatic pause. Oh. What's Roxy doing? Queen high flop, gut shot for Jesus. Everybody's going to check. Zamora picking up a flush draw. The jack high of Jesus still in the lead. Is Zamora going to bet his flush draw? Zamora assembling some chips. And he's going to slide out 60. So exactly half pot's going to get it done for Zamora. Zamora starting to chip back up. So seat 3, Coach Mike. Started off as a boxing coach, now as a boxing promoter. I could take him. And then we have the Cubano, Armando. Seat 8. Those are the 2 short stacks. Still have more than 10 bigs, but just over the danger zone. Mando with the Jack-8, gonna let it go, and Jesus with the Ace-King just limping. Zamora gonna check his 7-high, and Zamora gonna hit a pair. Zamora might get in trouble here. It goes check, check again. Zamora with 2 pair, and Jesus checks again. What is going on? Zamora's not checking 2 pair. The 7 has not registered yet. The 7 is on the turn. It has not registered yet. 7's on the board. 7's not on the screen. There it is. Jesus just calling the bet from Zamora. Jesus has played this hand super slow, and now he's going to bet. Looks like 75. Does Zamora raise? Zamora should be raising here. Zamora just makes the call, and Jesus cannot believe it, but he did play that hand very, very passive, and it's going to cost him. Takes him down to less than 2 million. Still has the chip lead, though. Yeah, it's so rare that you're going to get a premium hand. You do want to take advantage of it when that happens, especially with the blinds being 15,000, 30,000. Coach Mike can go all in here, can call, can raise. Pretty much all the options are available, can even fold. But he does just make the call under the gun with the marriage hand. Suited king for winner, he does make the fold. Suited king for Jesus. Everybody with the king. Zamora with the ace. Oh, Sam has the big ace, and Sam should be putting on a big raise here. Yeah, Sam puts out one of those gold chips worth 100K. Matter of fact, he puts out 2 of the gold chips. Raises to 205. So Sam going, what is that, 6.5x? I think if Coach Mike limps here with this hand, he should be able to get away from it, and he does. I don't know if Zamora's going to fold. Yeah, Zamora does fold. Sam takes it down. Nice raise by Sam. A lot of limpers. Normally that is a sign of weakness. Sam did have a good hand, though. He had the best hand. But just because you start off with the best hand doesn't necessarily mean you're going to wind up with the best hand. So Sam raising it up to 205, taking it down. And now Coach Mike is your big blind. Action's going to be on Robert, who's going by winner. So the player that was sitting to his right decided to go by 9 spelled out, N-I-N-E. And Robert's all going, well, if you're going to pick a number, you should go by 1 because you want to finish first. So he chose to pick the winner name. You are allowed to choose your own name on stream. That's pretty much true on any stream as long as it's not derogatory. Jesus here with top pair. Zamora with bottom pair. And Coach Mike with nada. We'll check. Jesus checking his top pair. And Zamora making the minimum bet of 30K. Quick call from Jesus as we see a turn. It's a real good turn for Jesus as it does take away a lot of Zamora's outs. And it goes check, check to the river again. So not to take anything away from Jesus, but you should be changing up your playing style based upon being the chip leader or being the short stack or being an average stack. There's some different lines to some hands, different approaches you should be taking based upon your chip stack. And this is the first time in the tournament that Jesus has been the chip leader. And really still playing like he doesn't have the chip lead. But obviously his playing style has worked thus far as he is at the final table with the chip lead. But a lot of times you hear the term changing gears, and that's one of the things they're referring to. Ace Jack just calling. Jesus should definitely be changing gears with his chip lead. Uh-oh. Everybody flopping a pair, winner flopping a set. And we're probably going to see a $1 million pot here, folks. Top pair for Jesus. Coach Mike thinking about calling with middle pair, but his stack is already less than 10 big blinds, so don't think he should be calling. That doesn't mean that he won't. And then winner with the set of fours, how is he going to choose to play it? Definitely calling. Might put on the check raise as he is waiting for Coach Mike to decide what to do. I think if Coach Mike calls, you got to raise with the set of fours here. Not 100% draw heavy board, but definitely with the clubs and the two big cards, this has a couple of draws. Yeah, winner just announces a call here. To the turn we go. And does he check once again? I think he will. He does check, and Jesus putting out of bed. All right, here comes the check raise. How big is the check raise going to be? Oh, it is a gold chip, which is worth 100, so it is a small raise. Is it a min raise? Yeah, 250. So the min raise. So he does get the call, pot up to 635. And actually, Jesus wants to see like a king of clubs here. Yeah, that's... Oh, the set of fours checks again. Wow. So much value was missed out on. Thought we would see a $1 million chip pot. Instead, it got up to 760. But the fours missing out on a ton of value. But normally it's important you get value from your hands, but especially at a final table.
You play poker for 30 years. You make a mistake like that. Oh, did I see that? Hey, it's a good play off. We'll take it around. It's bad.
Yeah, that should have been a lot more spicy. That was like the hot sauce. You have the mild, medium, and hot. That was a mild. Yeah, you are correct about playing out of position, but he checked raise on the turn to the minimum and then checks the river. But of course, it's easy. It's easy for us to say what the right move would have been when we see both players hold cards. I'm sure you've been at a poker table, you've seen it, or maybe you've even done it yourself, where a hand goes to showdown and you see the hands and they're like, oh, well, you should have done this or you should have done that. Hindsight's always 20/20. Action is on Zamora under the gun with the 9-10. He likes to see flops and he will make the call. Sam will not be making the call. Sam will be raising. I like 120. Sam likes 125. Oh, actually 105. Yeah, so Sam making it more than 3x. He does understand that certain players at this table do like to call the raises pre-flop, so trying to get in the most chips when he has the best hand. Uh-oh. So Zamora flopping middle pair with a straight draw. Sam flopping top pair. Sam thinking about getting tricky, but he will not. He will put out 150. One gold chip, two white chips. Zamora gonna be calling, might be raising. There's the call. Zamora looking for a jack, a 9, or a 10 as we go to the turn. And the turn's going to be the 4 of diamonds. Let's see if Sam continues. 285 in the pot. He bet 150 on the turn. Should be betting at least 200 here. All right, so the graphics just catching up. You can see the 4 of diamonds has not registered. And Sam not messing around. Sam just going all in. Yeah, so 4 of diamonds coming on the turn. Zamora checks. Sam moves all in. And that pot will take Sam to over 1.5. Might put him in second place. No, Sam's still in third. But one player at 1.7, one player at 1.6, one player at 1.5. And we have 2 players with less than 10 bigs. As a matter of fact, blinds are getting ready to go up. Yeah, blinds just went up. Blinds are 20-40 now. Blinds are 20-40 now, so Coach Mike gonna have to pick a hand pretty quick here as Sam has a pocket pair. Blinds just went up. Always awkward to be the first one to raise. And he's gonna do the min raise. Zamora halfway in will throw out the other 40 to complete, and he somehow has 2 overcards against the trays. This is 50-50 here. The Jack 4 is somehow 50-50 against the trays. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Trips versus a full house. There will be blood. Let's hit the like button, folks. This is one of those worthy times to hit the like button. I know sometimes you're watching the stream and at the very beginning of the stream, they're like, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. It's like, well, give me something to like. Zamora just calling here. Checks again. Let's see if Sam sizes up here. Sam did size up on the turn. Last hand really big. At showing it's a 3, but it is not a 3. It is a queen. It's a queen on the turn. And here come those gold chips. Sam trying to get max value here with his full house. Zamora should be raising here with the trips, and I don't blame him. Once again, that is a queen on the turn. That is a queen on the turn. I believe it's the queen of hearts. Cannot be the three of hearts because Sam has the three of hearts in his hand. I think Zamora's going to check raise here, and I don't blame him, but he's running into it. Zamora just called with trips? Zamora has checked his trips on every street and checks the river once again. And how big is Sam going to bet here? Sam says all in. Zamora calls. And we got ourselves a $2.3 million pot. Zamora going to be left with less than $400K. Yeah, it's showing that Zamora won the hand, but he did not. It was Sam. So they will get it corrected. I don't think he has him covered. I think, oh, he does have him covered. Wow, so that's going to take Sam to like close to 4 million. I thought the chips would go all in before then. Yeah, the dealer confirming, and they will get the proper chip count here. What a hand, folks. What a hand. Trips versus a full house on the flop. I thought all the chips would go in before the river, but they finally went in on the river. And like I said, if that doesn't get you to hit the like button, I don't know what will.
Uno de nosotros dos se va nada. Hasta uno va.
So there is going to be a pay jump afterwards. So they will get the action tracker corrected. They will get the action tracker corrected. I think the dealer is going to get a chip count for Sam. Yeah, there's the chip count for Sam. 2.7, and there's Zamora gone. Yeah, so they're just confirming the chip count for Sam. I think he has more than 3 million, to be honest with you, but they will get it figured out. And we are on another pay jump here. We are on a pay jump here, as the next person that gets knocked out is going to get the same as Zamora. So 5th and 6th place going to win $1,750, and then there will be basically a $650 pay jump. 3rd and 4th place will get $2,300. 3rd and 4th place will get $2,300. All right, here's the hand, Mondo. Here's the hand. Did he just call? Mondo just calling with the threes here. That's going to bring along Jesus. Oh, huge flop for Jesus. Straight draw and a flush draw. Mondo still out in front with his trays. Cannot like the ace. Does have a straight draw needing a deuce. Mondo somehow still out in front with the trays. Has a lot of cards to avoid. And here's the all-in. Jesus should be calling here with his straight draw and flush draw. So I mentioned this earlier when Jesus had the chip lead that he needed to change gears. And Mondo wasn't in the danger zone until recently and had been used to just limping to see pots. But it worked out for him as he just limps with the threes with less than 10 big blinds, is able to avoid 4 overcards, and now he is up to 400K. Might have played it a little passive because he knows that there is a $650 jump between 5th place and 4th place. So now it is Coach Mike, has less than 10 big blinds, has 6. Yeah, has 6 big blinds. Oh yeah, 6 big blinds, and 2 of them are in the middle as he is the big blind. And the chip leader is in the small blind. So if it's folded around to Sam, Sam has a pretty wide range to set them all in here, but it's not going to be folded around to Sam as Jesus does raise it up to 100K. Oh, Sam with the queens. So here comes the 3-bet. Maybe 400. I know that sounds big, but Sam's going to be out of position, and Sam... Oh, does Sam make it 400? Got him. Yeah, Jesus does an ounce fold. Yeah, so you normally want to size up out of position, and then Sam knows that some of these players like to see flops, so put on a little extra tax on there. So Coach Mike down to less than 5 bigs after paying his big blind and the ante. Mondo does have over 10 bigs, but not by much. The 9 deuce, he'll get rid of that. Jesus, who just had the suited ace the previous hand. Let's see what he has. Ever since Mondo came back from the break, he's taken a little longer on his decisions. I don't know if maybe he talked to some friends that said, hey, you need to think about your decisions a little bit more. So for the 3rd time, Sam raising a little bit light, and Coach Mike going all in on him, but this time Sam will be making the call. It's actually a good raise by Sam as Jesus limped in the cutoff. So he did raise with the suited king. It's a good raise. Oh, is he gonna call here? Maybe Jack 9's his favorite hand? He is cutting out chips. Maybe something in the card reader picked up something wrong. Every once in a while, a card will scan wrong. But Jesus making a pretty loose call here, perhaps trying to eliminate a player. Yeah, he's already checking dark, so Jesus calling light, trying to eliminate Coach Mike, and he's going to hit a jack. And it should, oh, there's the ace, and Sam turning a flush draw. Spicy turn. And Sam going to wind up with the flush. Should be putting out a bet here. Coach Mike is not going to like the runner flush. So Sam is going to knock out Coach Mike. So Coach Mike is going to wind up in 5th place, taking home $1,750. Next 2 players to get knocked out will take home $2,300, both 3rd and 4th place. So everybody with the GGs for Coach Mike. And Sam starting to build upon his chip lead. So Sam going runner, runner flush to knock out Coach Mike. And we have the short stack in the big blind, Mondo. Jesus with the 10-5, the nickel and dime. We'll put that in the muck. Sam with the 8-7 does the same. And it is the battle of the blinds. Just the call from winner, and Mondo will check his option. Heads up to the flop we go, and it is top pair for winner. See if he just puts out a bet here to end it. Sam stepping out of the room to take a call, at least send a text. Maybe he's sending a text saying, hey, I'm chip leading this tournament. You need to tune in. He's definitely texting somebody. You need to go to YouTube and type in TCH space poker space live. That is this channel, the main channel. TCH Poker Live. So Sam letting his friends and or family know that he is chip leading the 25K bankroll builder here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, as we are at our final 4 players. Ace for winner, should be raising. 40K is the call, and he takes it up to 110. That'll get the job done. So he's going to pick up 100K by just putting in the raise there, risking 110K to win 100K.
So close. That would have been my comeback, way.
All right, so Coach Mike going to the cage, collecting his lana. And Mondo officially in the danger zone with less than 10 bigs. Really just has to pick a hand and go with it. See what Mondo has here. Nope. So first to bet wins. Jesus with the best hand with the king. Looks like it's going to go checked all the way down to the river. Does Sam try to bluff it in here? Oh, it's Jesus that tries to bluff it. Jesus actually bluffing with the best hand. We'll take it down. And Mondo's going to have to pick a hand. It's got less than 10 bigs. That's the thing about tournaments. The blinds go up, forces you to play hands that you won't necessarily always play. Cannot always just play those premiums. As action's going to be on Mondo here. Any suited connectors? Any ace? And whatever it was, he liked it. There you go. Yeah, 2 face cards. Uh-oh. Jesus announces call. So Mondo's not in terrible shape here. Once this clears out, it's going to be about 60-40. Probably about 62-38. Once it clears out. Yeah, 60-40. So he's happy here. Has 2 live cards. That's all you could ask for. Looking for a queen or a jack. And it's a king. Picks up some more outs. Needs a 10 now for a straight. And ace high is going to win it here. So Jesus knocking out Mondo. Mondo does get the pay jump. So it would be 2,300 for Mondo. 2,300, he'll go to the cage. Next player that gets knocked out will also get 2,300, but second place will get 3,000. First place will get $5,025. So we will have a pay jump between first, second, and third. Third will be 2,300. Short stack right now, the winner, 1,600. Jesus at 1,800. So essentially they're even here. And Sam has about double the amount of the short stack. Sam should be raising here. 110. Makes it 100. 2.5x. Winner making the call. Jesus getting out of the way. What does winner have? Winner has an ace. Sam hit in a pair. No reason for him to check here. Do like a small bet though. Maybe like 125. One gold chip, one white chip. Winner gonna check and flow. And he's just gonna put out one gold chip. So Sam, chip lead, using the chips to his advantage. Yeah, it was 147 was the entries. 147 entries. The buy-in was 125. There was an optional add-on that 99 players did of $100. So pretty good. 125 to win 5,000 for first. Multi-flight tournament. Double bag bonus. Winner just calling here with his suited queen on the button. And he's going to hit a queen. Sam also hitting a queen. So might see a big pot here. Top pair for both players. Oh, big bet here from winner. There's 160 in the pot, and he is betting over pot.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it looks like winner betting out of turn. You gotta bet everything. Probably gonna have a chop pot if Sam chooses to continue, but the sizing's really big and does have Sam's attention. So Sam will let it go. Do not blame him. Nope, no queen on queen violence. Sure you have heard the saying, the hand played itself. And sometimes that's what you see here at the final table, just based upon the stack sizing. So they're letting him know that he's big blind. Jesus folding his queen. Blinds are 20, 40. Uh-oh. And maybe if Sam's suited, he could continue. He does have the chip lead, but I think this is a fold. Jack 4 offsuit. And Sam agrees. So I do know some tournaments do this, where once you get down to the final 5, I want to say, the final 5, the big blind ante becomes the small blind. It's probably the final 4. Yeah. Yeah, the final 4, you get down to the final 4, the big blind ante becomes the size of the small blind. So it'll be 20. Right now it's 20, 40, 40. Small blind's 20, big blind's 40, and the big blind ante is 40. The ante's 40. But I have seen some tournaments structured where once you get down to the final table and the final 4 players, the ante becomes the size of the small blind and not the big blind. And I actually like that structure. Uh-oh. Flush draw versus straight draw. Will we see some fireworks? Jesus going to lead big here. Bets 100K. And Sam will make the smooth call. Board pairing on the turn. Does Jesus slow down? He does not. Reaching for chips once again. Putting out 200,000. Sam, a 2-3 favorite right now, but he doesn't want to chase his straight draw on a paired board. So Jesus turning up the aggression at the right time. He will take down the pot as he nears 2 million in chips. The chat wanted to see blood, and I don't blame you. The chat wanted to see an ace of spades there. That would have given Jesus the flush and would have given Sam the straight. And let's be honest, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we're watching the stream. We want to see those crazy hands. Suited king for Jesus. Should be raising it here. Instead, he just calls. That's going to give Sam a good price out of the small blind here. Sam's actually thinking about making a move, I think. Maybe if he was suited, I could see making a move. No, he's making the move regardless. And is the raise going to be big enough? He did size it up. Really just wants to take down the blinds and antes, and he will do just that. If Jesus would have raised on the button, Sam would have folded, but instead, Sam raised it up out of the small blind with his 9-8 offsuit and took it down. Over 100 viewers just on the YouTube channel. I'd like to once again thank everybody joining us here on TCH Live. Sam raising up his button. Does have a 9. We'll get it rescanned. A suited queen 9. Jesus will defend his big blind with the jack deuce. The chat calling for spades. 1 spade on the flop. Sam hitting his queen. Probably put out a continuation bet here. There's the check. Sam probably putting out 100. There's the 100. And there's the fold. Sorry, chat. Just 1 spade instead of 2 spades. Yeah, especially 3-handed. Blinds come around fast. You're either going to be on the button or a small blind or big blind. You really want to take advantage of being on the button, so really want to open up your range. These players do have the option of opening up the range, as all of them have at least 30 big blinds. I think all of them have at least 40 big blinds. Yeah, this is a raising candidate here. 110 is a good number. And it's going to be 125. No, it is just a call, just a call. You can see both players are calling. And Jesus going to hit a deuce. Jesus is first to act. He will check. And winner going to represent here, putting out a big bet over 200. Looks like 210. Going to be hard for Jesus to call with bottom pair. Yeah, the bet is 210. Of course, that's the area code for San Antonio. Jesus wearing the San Antonio Spurs hat. Looks like he knows it's hard to make a pair. He's going to make the call. To the turn we go. There's the king. Does winner put out another bet here as Jesus checks once again? It does go check, check. And the 4 coming on the river. Winner's going to have to bluff here if he wants to win the pot. Jesus is checking. Winner's thinking about bluffing. And winner's going to put out a bluff here. It's going to have to be at least 200. Can Jesus make the hero call? 250. Jesus is already reaching for chips. He knows it's hard to make a pair. He has bottom pair. And he's going to make the call. Great call by Jesus. Winner with just jack high. Jesus going to show with the deuce. And that's going to take Jesus up to over 2 million and drop winner down to 1.1 million. So nice call by Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. So one player at $1 million, one player at $2 million, and one player at $3 million. $5,000 up top. So winner getting caught bluffing, and now he is the big blind. And now blinds are up. Blinds are up. 25, 50. So winner still with more than 20 big blinds, but keep in mind those blinds come around quick. Jesus just making the hero call. Gonna make the limp on the button with the suited 10. We saw Sam raise it with 9 high earlier. It looks like he's gonna raise it again. Takes it up to 225. And that's going to get the job done, I believe. Oh, no, Jesus is feeling it. I think he announced call, yeah. So Jesus making a great call last hand. Perhaps his ego a little inflated right now. It's a good flop for Sam to put out a continuation bet. The paired board, chances are your opponent doesn't have anything of it. Don't have to go too big either. And it looks like he goes 150. Jesus knows that it's a good bet. Jesus makes the call, and Sam doesn't know what's going on. I'm not sure I know what's going on. Jesus with the best card he could pick up without hitting a 10 or a 3, as he has a straight draw and a flush draw now. But Sam is going to continue here. Sam putting out over 300K, 325, and if Jesus called with 10 high, he's going to be calling with his straight draw and flush draw. There's the call, and Sam cannot figure out what his opponent has. Sam's going to wind up with the best hand, but will he win the pot? What does Sam do? Sam has raised pre-flop, bet the flop, bet the turn, is now left here with king high. It is the best hand. He is going to check. Does Jesus rip it here? Oh, he's reaching for chips. 1.5 in the middle, and he's going to put out 525. What a bet here by Jesus. And Sam's not going to be able to call. Jesus taking it down. What a play. Previous hand called with bottom pair, and that boosted his confidence and makes a very nice bet on the river. And that's going to give Jesus the chip lead now. Yeah, even the chat liking Jesus' play there. Well, at least the play on the river. Not sure about the play on the flop, but he made it work. Jesus is thinking, if only they knew. So winner now down to less than $1 million in his stack. Still has more than 10 bigs, but less than 20 bigs. That's the bad news. The good news is he does have the butt in this hand. Sam with the ace, going to be raising it up. Jesus with the jack 6. Going to take a little break. Up to hand 77, over 3 hours thus far on this final table. This was a multi-flight, multi-day event. 13 players came back today. Got down to the unofficial final table of 10, where the one they call partner busted. Had our official final table of 9, started streaming over 3 hours ago. There's Zamora in the background. Loves the action. First to bet wins. Does go check, check on the flop. Sam picking up a straight draw, should be putting out a bet here. Open ender. There's the bet, and there's the take. So Jesus and Sam pretty even in chips. It is seat 7. Who is your shorty? Blinds at 25,000, 50,000. 100K in the middle even before the card. No, 125K in the middle even before the cards are dealt. Sam going to be raising it. Is it the min raise? No, it's the min raise with a little tax. Raises it up to 125. Raises it up. Risk 125 to win 125. So the 2.5x raise, which has pretty much become standard, especially at final tables now. King 10 should be raising this. I like 150. He likes 150. 6 chips. Sam with the suited 6-3 doesn't want to get involved, out of position. And all dependent on the card distribution, we might start seeing this happen a lot where you have the raise and takes. That's one of the main differences between cash game and tournaments. Cash game is more pre-flop. More action takes place pre-flop in the tournaments. Cash game is more of a post-flop game. I think I said it backwards to begin. But in general, when you're playing cash game, you do see a lot more flops. And the short stack, picking up queens. Sam does limp with the 6-3. Sam does limp with the 6-3, and he's going to let it go. That might put him up to over $1 million. Nah, it's going to be 941, right? When you're at the 200. No, because there was some dead money there. So yeah, once it clears out, there we go. The hand clears out, and yeah, puts him over $1 million. Still the shorty, but has 20 big, so really not in the panic zone. Can still be somewhat selective of your card. So his hand did not get scammed properly, but he was folded to Sam's raise. And this is what you should be doing, especially with the chip lead. When you're on the button, you should be raising a lot. It's really just forcing your opponents to pick up a hand. Sam raising at 125, wins 125 with the blinds and antes. Like I said, it's really forcing your opponents to pick up a hand. Sometimes they're going to pick up a hand. Most of the time, they're not. So at least 1-9, and it is a big raise here. Dealer going to let him know he's got to scan those cards. It is a king 9. So raises it up to 200. Sam with the ace. I think this is a raise or a fold for Sam, and he's going to fold. Does have the best hand, but doesn't want to play it out of position. And as I said, probably going to be seeing a lot of this, a raise and take. See both Sam and Jesus with 2.7 million apiece. I do not know if we will be streaming tomorrow, as we do have 3 other locations: Texas Card House Dallas, Texas Card House Houston, and TCH Social in Austin. I do not know if they're having a tournament that they will stream, but I can tell you for sure on Tuesday there will be a stream on this channel. Oh, open-ended for Jesus. Jesus will bet his open-ended and take it down. So the schedule during the week for TCH Poker Live. Normally, all the locations will go on the air sometime between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. That is Central Time. Dallas streams a cash game on Tuesday. Austin streams their cash game on Wednesday. Houston streams their cash game on Thursday. And we stream our cash game on Friday. TCH Poker Live. And in general, Dallas will stream the big game. It'll be high stakes, like at least 25-50 will be the blinds at least. And then Austin will keep Austin weird and sometimes have a mixed game, sometimes have a high-low game, sometimes have hold'em. You never know what you're going to get with Austin. And then on Thursdays, normally Houston will stream an Omaha game. And if you know anything about Houston, of all the cities in Texas, Omaha is perhaps played the most in Houston. So if you like to play Omaha, you're going to find a lot of Omaha games in Houston. And that is what they normally stream on Thursday nights. And then we normally stream our normal 1-3 no-limit hold'em cash game on Friday nights. Doesn't seem big, but trust me, it does play big. It's a 1-3 game. The minimum buy-in is $300. And normally, most players are going to be raising $20 or $30 pre-flop. Just the limp here from the 10-7. It's a pretty hand. Normally, if the hand is good enough to limp, it's good enough to raise. It looks like Jesus is thinking about raising with his pocket pair, and he does just that. Looks like 250. The 10-7 going to be making the call, so heads up we go. 10-7's actually favored right now. And the threes hit another set. Does he check it? Oh, wow! He checks it and he trapped him. Winner announces all in. He is not drawn dead. He can go runner, full house or runner straight. But he is in dire straits right now. And he is now officially drawn dead. So winner is not going to be your winner tonight. He is going to finish off in third place, taking home $2,300. So Jesus is going to have $4 million in chips, and Sam is going to have about $1.8 million in chips. We are heads up, folks. Heads up for $5,000. So heads up we go. Winner taking home over $5,000. Second place taking home $3,000. Jesus is your chip leader. Came into the final table second in chips. And now has the chip lead. Heads up. Sam with the 7-6. Let's see how he approaches this first hand. Just going to call. Does flop a pair. Jesus with 2 overcards and a gut shot. He will check. Sam will bet his pair to 100K. Jesus making the quick call. As there's that 3 again. Sam was still the best of it. Will he bet again? 2 flush draws on the board. Sam is going to fire another bullet here. 250 in the pot. Looks like he's betting 175. And Jesus quickly reaching for chips with his 2 overcards and a gut shot. Any face card for Jesus, and he's going to miss. Does he try to bluff here? No, he's just going to check. Sam with showdown value will check it behind, and Sam will take from the chip leader and is now drawing closer as Sam is almost at 3 million and Jesus with 3.6 million. This has the potential of being a nice heads-up match, as both players are pretty much even in chips. I don't think we're going to make it to the 4-hour mark, but we have been streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes. But I do think this heads-up match will last less than an hour. Might last 1 minute, might last an hour. Jesus with the king on the button. A little bit different heads up, as the button does act first pre-flop. Both players with kings, and Sam is going to be raising his king here. I don't like the raise just because you're going to be out of position now. And we have seen Jesus willing to call big bets pre-flop. He does have position, does have the best hand, and nothing but clubs. Small bet perhaps from Sam here. No, that does go check, check. The 5 is playing right now, and it is going to be a chop pot. Five is no longer playing, chop pot. Oh, all we ask is you hit the like button. It's how I get paid. Yeah, the button is right. Button is right. Blinds are 25.50. We got about another 10 minutes on this blind level. Sam with about 3 million. And Jesus with 3.7. Sam is actually a teacher. I asked him, hey, when's the last day of school? And he snapped. He said Wednesday. Oh, Jesus announces all in with the ace-8. Sam has a king, and he's all like, do you realize how many big blinds you have? Sam is asking for a count. No, Sam can't call. Sam can't call. Yeah, Sam already folded. Sam was just asking for a count. Cannot call. As I said, I think this is going to be a nice heads-up match. As a matter of fact, they're playing. I don't know if they're playing it today or tomorrow, but I know the big 25K at the World Series heads-up match is down to the finals. $10-5, I think Jesus is going to play it because it is suited and he will have the button. He does fling in the call. Sam with the worst hand in poker with the 7 deuce, as we see a decent flop for Jesus. It says Sam is drawn dead, but Sam can go runner 7-7. All right, now Sam is drawn dead. Oh, Jesus checking all the way, and now Sam hit a pair. So Sam might put out a bet here. Yes, he is. Puts out 75. Does Jesus raise it? So Jesus, yeah, here comes the raise. And this does get Sam thinking. So Jesus playing this very, very sneaky. Does Sam make the call? Sam does make the call. Pretty much a curiosity call there, as Jesus played the hand. Very, very tricky. Flopped trips. Checked the flop. Checked the turn. And Sam hit a pair on the river. Sam can only left to ponder about his opponent's play. Yeah. Button's right. Button's right. It was Jesus who was last to act the previous hand. I think Sam should be raising here. At least 150. No, he just calls with the queen 10. Can see his opponent probably would have folded. Uh-oh. Open-ended for Sam, pair for Jesus. Jesus does check. And Sam will not be checking. 150 in the pot. Sam is betting 100. And Jesus is going to be calling at least with his jack. There's the call. Oh, Sam hitting his straight right on the turn. Jesus checking again. Sam thinking about how much to bet. Sam reaching for chips. And looks like 225. Jesus already cutting out the chips. Jesus checking dark on the river. Jesus checking dark on the river. Board does pair. Hearts come. Very scary board, but Sam should still be putting out a bet here, especially with the queen of hearts in your hand. Small bet. Maybe 300. Oh, Sam says no, no, no. Big bet. Sam betting $1 million, making it seem like he missed his flush. The only problem is Jesus has a club. Did Jesus say call? Did Jesus announce call? Yes, Jesus calling with the jack. Sam picking a great sizing. As Jesus is going to have to pay out $1 million chips. Yeah, I thought Sam should bet small, but Sam said, you know what, I'm going to make it seem like I missed my draw and bet big. Bet in $1 million into 800. Sam, your new chip leader after that pot. So Sam, your new chip leader. Jesus with the suited 9-3 will probably at least be calling. Both players calling as Jesus flops a flush draw. Sam will check it over. Jesus does the same. Jesus somehow has the best hand here with 9 high. He's going to bet his flush draw, and Sam will make the quick fold. As we might reach 100 hands here. So I will not spoil it, because normally on our cash game stream, the production crew will come into my booth and say, hey, there's 15 minutes to go on the stream. And I'm sure they will do the same this time. So normally I say, okay, the final 15 minutes are coming up, but I will not play spoiler alert this time. Once they tell me what the final hand is, I will keep that to myself. Queen high flop, everybody missing. Sam picking up a straight draw on the turn. It's a double. No, it's open-ended. So Sam will bet. Jesus will fold. And we'll move on to hand 92. But we might reach 100 hands. It looks like we're heading that way. On our normal stream, we do stream every Wednesday night and every Friday night. We stream on the secondary channel on Wednesday night, secondary channel on YouTube, Texas Card House, 3 different words. The best, main, or easiest way to tell the difference between the channels is the circle logo that you see on the table there. Jesus with the ace should be raising it up here to, oh, he just calls. Fumble, fumble. Oh, Sam dominated here. Dominated no more. 3 queens, and he will check, and it's going check all the way to the river. It's going check all the way to the river. They're still playing outside, right? Yeah, so Sam finally puts out a bet. The minimum bet of 50. And Jesus going to call him with the ace high. Really don't blame him. All right, somebody coming into my booth, but it wasn't the production crew. It wasn't the production crew. Rebel Poker predicted hand 105 will be the final hand, and that's news to me. So we stream every Wednesday night, we stream every Friday night, and normally we'll get between 80 and 100 hands during the stream. It looks like we're going to get more hands here in less amount of time. So just making sure that the cards scan properly, the dealer talking with the production crew right now, making sure that the cards scan properly and just waiting to get the okay from the production crew. I mentioned it earlier, there's basically 3 of us. You have the commentator, which is myself, you have the dealer, which is Declan, and then you have the production crew. Normally we don't see the production crew, but we got to see the production crew on the break earlier as Jesus flops top pair here. Gut shot for Sam. But the dealer is in constant communication with the production crew as Sam is going to put out the minimum bet with his gut shot straight draw. And it looks like Jesus going to raise. No, Jesus just calls. And Sam hitting his straight on the turn. Does he size it up here? Sam puts out a bet. Quick fold from Jesus. Nice fold from top pair on that very wet board. Figured his opponent had something better than 1 pair, and he was right. So according to Rebel Poker, we have 11 hands to go, but like I said, that is news to me. These players are pretty deep. Blinds have gone up 30-60. But even still, they have more than 25 big blinds heads up. The dog, the K9 for Jesus. Does he raise? just makes the call. Sam with the suited queen. Does he raise? Looks like he's reaching for raising chips. So Jesus trying to play some small balls. Sam trying to apply the pressure. Different playing styles here as Jesus does make the call. Sam's probably not happy about that since he's going to be out of position. And he's definitely not going to be happy with that flop as Jesus flops 3 of a kind. This is a board for Sam to continue on, and I think he will. I don't fault him. He does size down, though, so does the down bet to 150. 125, so nice down bet here for Sam. You're going to get information. And the information that Sam is getting is that queen high is currently not good once Jesus makes this call. Look at Jesus struggling to make the call here with trips. So Sam officially drawn dead. Does he slow down? I think he will after getting called. No, Sam is keeping his foot on the gas and he slides out. $500,000. I believe that's 500. Yeah, and Jesus immediately goes all in. And Sam just saving face here. Yeah, real interesting to see the 2 different playing styles as now Jesus is up to over 5 million in chips with that pot. So Jesus more of a passive player, Sam more of an aggressive player. And these 2 have traded the chip lead twice tonight already. Jesus now taking the chip lead. It's been the biggest lead thus far. 5 million chips to 1.5. Sam still with more than 20 bigs. Sam hit him bottom pair. A lot of people say you should raise every hand on the button when your head's up. And the reason why is because you will have position post flop. So you're building a pot in position. Makes it a lot easier to maneuver. Shout out to the guest dealer tonight, Declan. He is the general manager down here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. And if you play in Dallas, he might look familiar as he used to work at the TCH Social in Las Colimas. So here comes this aggression from Sam. Still has the chips to be aggressive as he still has more than 20 big blinds. Don't mind the aggression. I prefer it in position. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sam does not want to hit an 8. Sam does slow down. Does flop open-ended, but he does slow down. Board his parents. Sam is still ahead with his queen high. It's going to go check, check again. Oh, Jesus going to hit the 9 on the river to take this pot. And Jesus will bet 300. So this will take him to over 5 million. 5.15 and Sam at 1.5. So Jesus starting to open up a little lead here. Jesus with a more than 2-1 chip lead on Sam here. Sam just limping here with the queen. Heads up we go. Jesus hitting the 9. Check, check. Jesus still out in front with the 9. Checks again. Jesus going to wind up with the best hand. This has the check mark by Sam. Am I missing something? Oh, you think Sam that has a flush. Sam doesn't have a flush. I think one of the cards read wrong. Or does he have a flush? Oh, he's raising. Yeah, he has a flush. Does he have a flush? No. Yeah, so there was not 4 clubs on the board. There was not 4 clubs on the board. There was only 3 clubs on the board. One of those cards picked up wrong. I don't know which one it was, but it actually awarded the pot to Sam there, so the chip counts aren't going to be accurate. But Sam is down to just over $1 million now. Yeah, the dealer letting the production crew know how much Sam has in his stack. As I said, every once in a while, it'll read something wrong. Every once in a while, it'll read something wrong. And that was the case there. But we were able to clearly see that there was only 3 clubs on the board and not 4. So they are getting the chip counts proper. That way you have the proper information. But Jesus opening up a pretty big lead here. You can see he has over a stack of those gold chips that are worth 100K a piece. Ace high flop. Jesus with the straight draw and the best hand. He only has 4 million, but I think he has over 5 million. Because the white ones are 25K, so each stack of that is 500. So he's got at least 1.5 in white. And then the yellows are 100K, so he has at least 2 million there. Can't see. Yeah, Sam might have a stack of yellow chips. Made it to hand 100. Sam flopping bottom pair. Make that middle pair. Sam gonna bet. Yeah, so normally we will have a camera right on Sam, but that camera's not working, so I cannot see exactly how many yellow chips he has, but they did double check the count. I thought he was down to 1 million, but they're saying he has 2.7, so this heads up match a lot closer as we are over 100 hands here for this final table. Yeah, somebody's saying it looks like Sam has 1.5. Can't see the yellow chips. Open ender for Sam. Ace high for Jesus. Sam hitting a pair. Jesus hitting a straight draw. And Sam getting his straight. Sam's really slowed down. Got caught bluffing that one hand, and he is now slowed down. I said when we first started, I don't think we'll make the 4-hour mark. But these players have definitely been battling back and forth, heads up. Basically a $2,000 difference as first place. Going to be getting just over $5,000. $5,025, and second place getting $3,000. So just over a $2,000 swing for these players. Jesus with the top pair. Sam with the San Francisco busboy. Sam hitting a tray. Jesus still has the best hand and picks up a flush draw. He's making sure he does have a spade in his hand, and he does. He will bet out 100. Sam calling with the pair. And he hits a straight with the 4. Looks like he's going to cut out some chips here. Throws out 3 yellows. That's 300K. And that'll get rid of Sam. Is that Parlay Vow in the background? Yeah, it looks like Parlay Vow in the background, one of the dealers here. She likes the sports bet. Jesus with the 8-4. Should be playing a lot of stuff heads up on the button, but I don't think he should be playing this hand. But he's a chip leader. Things have been going good for him. Oh, top pair versus bottom pair. Any jack making a straight. Goes check, check again. And the queen will be good. Actually, the 6 for the straight. So Rebel Poker said we're going to make it to at least 100, or Rebel Poker called 105 hands. We are up to 103. I mentioned this earlier. It's really hard, especially heads up shorthanded at the final table. A lot of times it's raise and take. A lot of times it's raise and take. And then 2 players catch hands at the right time and all the chips go in. I think that's what's going to happen here. Don't know when it's going to happen, but they have kind of slowed down a bit heads up as Sam got caught bluffing. And he was really the one pushing the action. So he has slowed down. But I think both these players are going to catch a hand at the same time, and we're going to see fireworks. Don't know when, though. Two pair for Jesus, gut shot for Sam. Jesus has been playing very coy, especially heads up. Does he raise it here? It's the minimum bet. Sam just puts out the minimum bet of 60. Jesus going to raise it to 300. Big raise from Jesus. Oh, it's a double gut shot for Sam, right? A 6 or a 10. So Sam going to be calling this raise, looking for a 6 or a 10. Did he re-raise? Wow, Sam min raising here. And the chips might be going all in this hand, folks. Jesus confirming that it is a raise, and he's about to say all in. He's going to stand up and say all in. Sam knows he's going to go with this hand. Sam is not folding. Once he raises here, he's going to go with this hand. We can see exactly how much Sam has in chips. Jesus with top and bottom pair. You're playing heads up. And he's just really surprised that Sam raised. Sam raised him. It was a 3-bet. Sam put out the minimum bet on the flop. All right. Got a call. And here we go. Sam going to need a 6 or a 10. A jack will give him some more outs. A 7 will also give him some more outs. 6 or a 10. And there's the 10. 9 or a 5 now for Jesus. Sam with the huge double up. And they will count it down. Jesus is going to have about $1 million left in chips. So it is not over. But Sam winning a 5.4 million chip pot. Right on the turn, Sam hits his straight. Jesus wasn't drawn dead. He could have hit a 9 or a 5 to fill up. Instead, an ace comes on the river, and Sam with the huge double up. As I said, they will count down the chips. Jesus is going to be left with about $1 million. Each stack of white is $500,000, and you can see he has about 2 stacks of white. All right, so Rebel Poker said we'll get to that hand 105 will be the final hand, and I don't know if that's true, but we're going to find out together. Jesus with just the 5-3 should probably be getting rid of it. Too tempting to complete, and he does. Sam with the Queen 9 is going to raise. Jesus going to have to fold. So it looks like we're going to be making it to hand 106. So hand 106, as I said, just over a $2,000 swing. As second place going to be getting $3,000. First place going to be getting just over $5,000. And somebody did not scan their cards. All right, Sam. I think Sam is trapping here. He just completed. Yeah, Sam is trapping. At least he was trapping. Jesus moving all in here. Sam has him out kicked. Sam going to get the exact count. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be making a call. He just limped with the king nine on the button. Heads up, this is normally a hand you would raise with. So I think he limped to trap. I think. And he does announce call. So Sam in real good shape here to take the title. 25K bankroll builder from the Rio Grande Valley, and it's going to be a king on the flop. The 9 kicker still playing. A lot of chop possibilities, though. Oh, Sam, an ace, and they chop. Nope, that'll do it. So, Sam, your winner tonight, taking home over $5,000. Congratulations to Sam. Thank you for joining us here on TCH Live. Next cash game stream will be on Tuesday from Dallas, the big game.